Therapy takes a lot of time, money, and energy, right? So we should get the most out of it. So how do you get the most out of therapy? Well, I have 3 tips for you on how to get the most out of therapy. Reflect on what you talked about, what you learned in therapy. This could come in a lot of different forms. It could be through journal writing, through talking to your friend and debriefing, through art, or writing a song. There are so many different ways that you can process the work done in therapy outside of therapy. And I encourage you to do that. I know for myself, after my therapy session, I forced myself to stay seated for 5 extra minutes, and I just type out on my phone the highlights, what stood out to me. Because I will tell you, what stood out to you is what is really gonna stick. The second thing is to practice what you learned in therapy. Some things will be specific skills like deep breathing. Other things will be more cognitive skills that you can do. Other things will just be different ways of engaging with people and trying out different things and doing some experiments. But do the work outside of therapy. Practice. Because a lot of these skills that you're given in therapy work best with repetition. They also work best when you practice them in a low stress environment. So that way, when you get to a high stress environment, it's a little bit more routine for you. Honestly, sometimes when I'm in my own therapy or when I'm sitting with clients, it feels like we were just at the gym. And in a way, therapy is like going to the gym. It is a psychological, mental, emotional workout, which means we have to build muscle. And so the same way that you go to the gym and you build muscle and you build endurance is the same thing you want to do outside of therapy. So that way you can come back with a little bit more strength, ready to run a little bit further. And also, you're gonna have those gains that go even deeper and will span even outside of your time in therapy. Number 3, talk to your therapist. If you have questions or concerns, please talk to your therapist. Now, I know that it can be scary to do that, so this isn't an easy thing that I'm suggesting, but it is so valuable for you to be able to advocate for yourself. Because the therapist is there to serve you. And if they don't know if something is bothering you, or maybe they misunderstood you, or maybe they even offended you, they won't be able to have the opportunity to make a change. Now, sometimes the change won't be made, or sometimes it won't be enough. And at that point, you've done all you could. But please, if you have questions, if you have concerns, ask. So again, therapy is work. And you can put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. So make it worth it. That way you can get the longest gains possible.